know people are wondering what's going on, why we're so late, so on and so forth. I promise you, just trying to cause any confusion because, of course, we have to. And I left the job site later than I expected to, so um, give me just a couple seconds and I will be back. But yeah, anyways, as you guys come in, definitely know where, let me know where you're coming in from, and glad to see you. I know some people don't even be aware that we're live yet, so, but yeah, so, yeah, as you guys come in, definitely let us know where you're coming in from. Yeah, the last portion of my low signal area is just about done. Waiting for Jason to get on. Show signal's bad. Yeah, give just a couple seconds and we'll get better. So, can you guys hear me better now? Welcome. There, now I should start coming in a lot better. Waiting for Jason. Waiting for Jason. It should be getting better, guys. I know my signal's getting better. Still doing better. No. Sound clear. Good. Guys, I am waiting for Jason to jump on. Wait till I have a stand in my car that I'm actually going to put on. I am about a half hour, 45 minutes from home. So it'd be pretty late for our East Coast friends. So give me a second. Okay. Good evening, Oklahoma. that's a lot better. Hello, Winks. Welcome. But, guys, I'm paying attention to the road, but I do want to jump on it and really hammer Joe Biden a little bit. Because, quite honestly, this guy's a freaking idiot. We go out of our way to kind of, well, I don't really go out of our way, but I try to give the guy a benefit of the doubt. But the guy's a blooming idiot. Today at the press conference, he made a statement that's absolutely stupid, and said that no right under the Constitution is a guarantee. I don't know if he read the same Constitution that I read. I mean, the last time I checked, every other amendment doesn't say shall not be infringed. The Second Amendment does. And that is what he was actually talking about tonight. And I just don't understand how the crap can politicians how the crap can a politician like him get elected? I checked if Jason's there. Sorry about that. How the crap can a politician like him get elected? Sit there, lie to the American people, saying, "Oh, we're not going to come for your guns." Same breath, coming for the guns. I mean, I really have a problem with people who think that they are above everybody else and that they somehow are guaranteed extra rights. I don't, I mean, come on. You have how many people out there who are absolutely, I mean, I was listening to a statistic today. 12,000 people a year die falling down steps. So what are they going to do? What's Mr. Biden going to do? Is he going to ban steps, saying that he has to climb up a slide just to get into an airplane? Is he going to have to ban steps at the White House because he don't know how to transverse it? Oh wait, that's right, he has an elevator. So he don't have to worry about steps. I really have a problem with stupidity in government. And I really have a problem with people who think that they are above the Constitution, who will sit there and lecture you about how your constitutional rights are up for debate. There's a lot of things going on in this world. And Joe Biden taking guns isn't going to be one that I stand for. A lot of conservative commentators, a lot of conservatives out there are just got together and were discussing how do we fund the fight that we are about to embark on? How do we fund each and every single person who is in company that's actually going to stand up and pool money together to take this fight all the way back to the Supreme Court where it belongs? The constitutionality of executive action in regards to the Second Amendment or any other right that you enjoy under our Constitution. If you can rule by fiat, we can remove by fiat. We do not. If people ask me if I will comply with any red flag laws, I tell them I will over my cold body. I don't have time for ignorance. Any idiot and any person out there who is literally talking about how AR-15 stands for assault rifle. Let's be clear. Any conservative that knows anything about firearms knows that it stands for Armalite rifle. That is a manufacturer. Now you have Smith & Wesson AR-15s. Only they are called AR-15s. They have different branding. They don't. It is the same style, but it is different branding on it. Everybody calls it synonymous AR. So, what are we going to do about it? I tend to agree with every other conservative out there, conservative platform out there. We are going to fund this fight, and we are going to do everything we can in our power to fund this fight. In the store, we have our Second Amendment shirts. Exactly 50% of every shirt purchased, which eliminates any profit for me or anything. 50% of the shirts are going straight into that fund to fund the Supreme Court fight that we are going to have to fight for our Second Amendment rights. I won't stand by. Give me just a second. I will bring in Jason. And there you go, Jason. How you doing tonight?
Woohoo! Jason's up.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm alive. I am alive tonight. How you doing?
You there?
I'm here. Can you not hear me?
I can
McFly.
hear you.
Hello? McFly?
Hi. Sorry, I had to turn the volume
What's
up on
happening?
the fan.
Oh, there you go. What's happening, everybody? How y'all doing? Yes, it's been a while. I've had a lot of stuff going on. Had to deal with some family things. Had to deal with quite a bit of family things. So got them for the most part ironed out, and gave me some time to be able to come on tonight, deal with what's going on and everything that's believe it or not, craziness in the world. And no, I'm not talking about anything specific. I'm just talking about in general. Our wonderful president that we supposedly have that's absolutely a moron. I heard Shane talk about the Second Amendment stuff. And I will tell you, I am in absolute disagreement with everything that he has said. Not Shane, but Biden. Um, the fact that he said that the Second Amendment is not guaranteed, it just blows my mind. It's craziness. Regret, I am definitely not getting a vaccine. They will have to handcuff me, drag me, and put it in me with me being knocked out cold. So, and it's going to take a whole lot for me to be knocked out cold. So, Winks and I have been going back and forth all day. There's been a ton of air stuff going on today. There's Richard Citizen Journalist who had a ton of videos today of helicopters up. I want to say 6 or 7 total helicopters up, or 6 or 7 total videos. There's just absolute insanity amount of planes going on. Did anyone hear they were knocking on doors of people's houses to see who got the jab? I have not heard anything about that, but then again, it's definitely not. If they come knocking on my door, I'll tell them to go pound sand. So get off my property type deal. So it's not going to happen. So to be a little more specific on what I was talking about before, there were 2 E-6 spy planes up. There were there was a drone up. There was video of over a dozen helicopters in Washington today. There was the Doomsday plane that was up. There were P-8s that were up. There was a ton of air traffic going on today, and for the life of me, I could not figure out, and I still haven't had a chance, have not been able to figure out why. And the patterns that they were flying, it's just weird. So Shane's focused on driving right now. When I say drones, it's not like the 4-prop little remote control drones. It's the big airplane drones that are flown from the military from the ground. So I don't know. I don't know what that person's problem is. Shane, are you still listening in?
I'm still here. Yeah, I'm still here.
All right. Are you driving right now?
Yeah, which is why I have the camera off.
Okay. Regret, you're more than welcome to try to explain your side. Guys, back off of Regret and let that person explain why they're being so aggressive. Sod, I did see that information going out. I need to kind of link that Starlink satellite stuff up to what's going on in a little bit more of a factual manner. I've read probably 3 or 4 articles as to what's going on with that, but all of them are a little bit different, and none of them are from trustworthy resources. So I want to see what I can find before I talk about it. Links, let me check that. I didn't see that. I don't know who's on YouTube, and I'm sorry, I don't have the ability to click on the comments to share, but they just said that there's new TFRs. Holy cow, quite a few new TFRs. I checked. Let me look into those. There's 3 in Texas, 2 in California, 1 in Washington, and those are all security TFRs. Another 1, 2, 3 new TFRs for Air Force bases, and then some hazard ones. So let me look into those and see what's going on. And Kat, I completely agree with you. No one should say that, but I want to understand why in the world it's even needed. It's not necessary.
Jason, can you just read the comments when you're so I can follow along, because I can't see the comments and I'm focused on
I don't
driving,
want
so.
you to follow along at all. Let's put it that way. I want you to focus on driving. If you have something to say based on what I'm saying or the comment, then absolutely cut in. The comment was, no one should ever say what they said about Shane, and Regret made a comment further back that you had crashed. So I want to, it's not something I want to necessarily get into, but supposedly that person has a lot to say.
Yeah, well, people can make up crap all they want, but
right. So, so yeah, like I said, a lot going on today. Biden with his new executive orders. There's quite a bit going on there. I think, and I could be wrong. Give me a second. Get something real quick. So, guys, we've talked a lot about the Second Amendment coming under attack via EO. And I don't see, I'm looking at the White House releases for EOs, and I don't see them listed on there. So I don't think that necessarily it was signed right now. So with that said, until it's actually signed, I don't believe anything. And until it hits the register, I really don't believe it. Patriot Lady, careful with engaging with those. They will do what they can to report you and get you booted off of Twitch. I agree. But I think Shane and I usually do a pretty PC job of dealing with those who have differing opinions or concerns. Guys, I spent a lot of time talking to Puck Flicker, and we all know how he came on. He came in hot, and we all kind of took his comments for being rough and not a completely out in left field. Let's put it that way. And after having some messaging conversations with him for quite a while, and then getting on the phone with him and talking to him for about 45 minutes to an hour. A lot of it was misunderstanding. Now, absolutely agree with you that the comments should have never been made, but I want to give the person an opportunity to say what they need to say. If they think that we're on the attack or doing something wrong, then absolutely. If they want to make things up, then come at me with what you make up. We'll be more than happy to take care of it. And if it comes down to it, then after that conversation happens, we can block them. We can put them in a little timeout, whatever we got to do. Not necessarily worried about it. So back to conversations that are better and more regards to what we are in mind of, meaning we kind of all have one mind and a lot of things that are going on. I know Biden had a press conference today, and he announced a lot of things, but he also announced a lot of things before he became president that he hasn't held up with his end of the bargain on. So I don't think that necessarily, until we see black and white, I don't think that we're going to have to necessarily worry about it. I know that they're putting presidential pressure on Congress to come up with gun laws. Hey, Squirrely, come up with gun laws and all kinds of things with the Second Amendment, but they have to have majority, and I don't think that they're going to get majority on that. I think that we have a lot of people who still believe in the way it's written. So I don't think I think he's spinning his wheels. So unless he continues to preside as dictator with EOs, I don't think it's going to necessarily matter. And again, if he were ever removed for Second Amendment or 25th or whatever, or if, let's say, Trump makes a comeback or whatever, guys, if it becomes an EO, which I would rather it be, it can all be removed as quickly as a second signature on another piece of paper. So DSL EOs can be enforced, but they are definitely not laws. They are things that the president can put in to bypass Congress, but Congress can overrule them. So hopefully that makes sense. Daydream, I don't know about the money thing. I unfortunately was real busy at work. I didn't get a chance to read a lot of that, so I can't comment to it. The question was, what was all the chat on Signal about money about? So unfortunately, I would have to go back and read it. I don't know.
Guys, just as a heads up, I never encourage people.
Shane, we completely lost you. I don't know if you can hear me.
Okay, how about now?
Yeah.
Okay, I never encourage people to actually take somebody.
Okay, I know where you're going, and you're breaking up real bad, Shane. Basically, Shane is saying right now, unless the person that you're hearing the information from with regards to financial is an actual financial advisor with legal ramifications that are behind them, so on and so forth, do not take advice from that person. So I hopefully I put the right words in your mouth there, Shane. You can't see you. All I can see is the glass. Is the glare from your glasses, but hopefully I put the right words in your mouth. Squirrely, okay, wait. If he does an EO, can he bypass all the Congress stuff? He can. However, if the EO is way out in left field, okay, and Congress determines that it's not according to the rights or the Constitution as we know it, and they can overrule that and make him remove that. It's a very, very, very rare case that happens, but it can happen. On top of that, whoever becomes president next at whatever time, meaning 6 months, 2 months, a year, 4 years, whatever it happens to be, can eliminate any executive orders with a swipe of a pen. That's why they're executive orders. They're only good for the person who's in charge right now. On top of that, I did read today that I think 8 or 9 states are bringing lawsuits against Biden for this whole thing. So that would be the states providing lawsuits plus the actual gun companies themselves. So there's going to be a lot of legal ramifications with this. King Me, any new laws that are about guns, do they require 2/3 majority? No, I believe they are just straight majority. Patriot Lady, they want to rewrite the Constitution. That is the agenda with the Dems. They feel the Constitution is old and needs updating. I agree with you 100%. But to go through the amendments themselves, I don't think that they're going to get majority across the board.
And for them to change the Constitution, you are required to add an extra amendment or to change it. It requires over 2/3 of Congress, both houses.
Right. Both Congress and Senate and House.
Yep.
Sod JH JLH.
It's Okigal. Jason.
Oh, okay. States don't have federal jurisdiction; they have state jurisdiction. So that means if Texas decides that they want to allow people to own cannons and missiles and this, that, and the other, if you're within Texas and you're within the rights and you're within the rules of Texas, you're fine. You take them across state lines, you do anything else with them, completely different ballgame. And there's a lot of states that are starting to do things like that. I think it was Tennessee that just signed a open carry and a concealed carry without permit. Missouri just signed earlier this year safe haven for guns, and I don't know what all it included. Texas is doing the same. So there's a lot of, I think Indiana is open carry now. So there's a lot of things that are going on within the states. Snave, guns. Who in the right mind would own those awful things? I lost all of mine in the Great Flood. I had mine out hunting on the boat, and when the boat capsized, and all my ammo and my guns went drink too, and lost the boat and my motorcycle. Anybody work for my insurance company, by the way? So
South Dakota is one of those that is a constitutional carry state.
Yeah. You're so basically California. Here's where I think we're going to have a hard time getting anything like that. You're going to have California. You're going to have Illinois. You're going to have New York, Vermont, Maine, uh, Massachusetts, possibly. Um, possibly Virginia. Virginia, I think, is one of those border areas. I think those are going to be the main states that would have a hard time passing anything. So, yeah. I'm not going to read your statement out loud. So, Shane, please don't try and follow along because I don't want to take a chance with anything, but I openly agree with you with that if you can get away with it. Let's put it that way. I think Pennsylvania is one of those states that it's a toss-up because there's a lot of hunters in Pennsylvania, and with that, you're going to have a lot of pushback on any gun laws whatsoever. So I think Pennsylvania right now is really going to be a 50-50 shot, depending on who's in charge right now. Hey guys, this whole conversation leads right back to where Shane has been the last couple of nights in a row. Why does my nose itch? Where Shane has been the last couple of nights in a row, and that is we need to get the right people into the government for our own states. And when we get those right people in the government, we can get laws, constitutional carry, passed in those states. So it just shows why it's so important to get that done. Get the right people in the right place at the right time. So
I agree.
King me, a representative in South Carolina was bringing up a bill there about making anyone 17 would become a member of the militia when you turn 17 to protect your gun rights. I don't know enough about South Carolina to know specifics on that. But anytime that word militia is used, it's a little nerve-wracking until you find out really what it's about.
Under the Constitution. Okay, so if you look at the National Guard, you talk to any liberal or most conservatives even, and they say they use the whole constitutional excerpt there, not just the right to keep and bear arms, but it's in regards to well-regulated militia. Everybody points out as the National Guard as being a well-regulated militia. It is not a well-regulated militia. It is a reserve under there's been laws to pass. So the actual National Guard used to be part of the militia that is being talked about. But with the passage of several laws, now the feds can actually call them up with the permission of the governors. They can call them up to active duty, and they fall under the jurisdiction of the active army.
So basically, it's at 17, you need to sign up for the reserves no matter what, is basically what it is for the state reserves.
Yep.
So Daydream says, my mom always said, if your nose itches, someone's coming to visit you with a hole in their britches. My nose is driving me nuts right now. Shane's heading home right now from a job, hence the reason why he was late to begin with, getting online. I do not have allergies. I mean, I have allergies, but they're not affecting me right now. I'm wondering if it's my mustache hair tickling my nose or something. Just it's actually physically itching. Ariel, I'm trying to get a writing campaign to our AG in North Carolina. Have a couple local people we need to keep sharing. My suggestion is, do you guys have a name set up for that? And if you do, get yourself Facebook, get yourself all the social media so you can get. When you go and get those social media set up, you can start doing things like this and virtual meetings and things like that to help get this out and what you're trying to get done. And you'll get a lot more buy-in that way. So hopefully that helps. Cat, Jason, go find your wife and kiss her. Works for me when I kiss my hubby. I don't tell my fool. Yeah. Honey, can I come kiss you? She said, no way. Get out of my face. I'm not allowed to. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, look at you made it home.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm trying to remove me from my phone.
Yeah, I would want to remove me too.
There we go.
And he's back.
So, yeah, anyways, sorry about that, guys. I was driving and trying to chat and talk, and yeah, sometimes it can get kind of dicey. But
I'm just checking on what Winks was saying about the E6 plane.
seems to me that all men 18 or older are required to register for the Selective Service. Absolutely. That is mandatory under federal law.
Correct. Winks, the one that's actually over the Atlantic right now. No, that would be the Pacific. No, Atlantic. I don't know. The ocean off of California.
That's Pacific Ocean.
Thank you. Pacific time. That would make sense. That is doing submarine, either searches or communications. And there's one heading out, and it's in Nevada right now. So I don't know what it's doing over there.
Well, and I did hear from a buddy of mine that they actually tested one of the fun planes that I was talking to you about a couple weeks back, coming out of that one section in Nevada.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was talking to a buddy of mine, and he said that was the reason a lot of them were running racetracks earlier today. Because they flew it all the way to the East Coast, and they were testing to see if it could even be detected.
I didn't see it come up, so hopefully that helps.
Well, you would never see it come up. Because they never fly with their transponders on. So going back to Guy's question. So doesn't that put you on a reserve status? No. Here,
Oh,
so
it just says that you're this person. You're signing up for your. You are now 18, and you are now available to be called on a draft.
yep, and draft. Basically, if you're drafted, you go through basic training and all that. The militia, yeah, there's training days, but you're not going through all the basic training and all that stuff that
You are actually when you're drafted like that, you are put into
crash course.
yeah, very very short crash course.
But did I see or hear that there are Chinese troops or Chinese ships off of Alaska? Not sure what I heard. There could be, but I'm not at liberty at this point to say too much.
So let me take a look at something real quick. Because Russia is so close to Alaska and Putin is not in very close agreement with the CCP stuff at all, I would doubt very
Well,
that China
knowing
would
that
be
Murmansk is right there, I don't think there would be.
between the U.S. and Russia. I think they would probably take that as aggression in some way, shape, or form. Me personally. Guy, when you get pulled up in a draft, when we say crash course, your PT, your boot camp would be a crash course. They would teach you what becomes important at that point in time, which is gun safety, gun usage, things like that, and not as much on the PT and breakdown side that you have during normal boot camps. Remember, the first week or two of boot camp, they're trying to break you mentally to build you up to what their expectations and desires are. I don't think that they do that. In fact, Shane, if I'm wrong, I don't know. It's been so long since there's been a draft. I don't think that they ever they break you down mentally like that during a draft time.
Guy would probably know. Give me 1 second.
And he's gone again. Patriot, it could very well be Russia's ships that are up there. I would not doubt that at all, but I don't think that they're that close to Alaska.
Part-time Shane tonight. Yes.
Yeah, it's killing me.
Guys, I have been bouncing back and forth doing I have jobs going on. So, and I have guys to run, so unfortunately it's been kind of part-time for me today.
So, Guy, I'm going to go with what you say then. I'm assuming that you've got the experience and knowledge, and because you're pretty emphatic about it, and I'm good with that. Draftees and enlisted staff go through the same trainings, he says. Great. I'm going with it. I thought it would be a reduce to get them out in the field, but I'll go with what you're saying because I don't know. The last draft was, I think, before I was born. Wasn't it like 72 was the last draft? 71?
Yeah, I'd have to look.
Oh, we'll do this real quick. When was the last draft in the U.S.? January 27th, 1973. 3 years and 1 day before I was born.
No, he is absolutely correct. 18 to 24 months.
What? Who? What?
Guy, I just looked up the length of time, and they were spitting people out every 18 to 24 months.
Okay. So, like I said, I'm whatever. I'm good with it because it was before I was born.
Yep. Jason, you're such a young guy.
Oh yeah. Shush it. Shush it.
I mean, quite honestly, if you had a kid at 14, maybe my age, but
Yeah. I knew it was in the 70s. I knew it was for the Vietnam War, but I didn't know exactly when it was. You boys are so young.
2-year hitch.
Yeah. My father, I believe, was drafted. 2 of my uncles were drafted. My father failed the vision and was listed as legally blind. So he did not have to go. My uncle on my mom's side went, and I want to say 71 or 72, and did 4 years. And then my other uncle, due to an injury, was declined on the draft.
We're both wet behind the ears, me more so than you.
Yeah, well, life is what it is.
So
we're just some youngins.
Yeah. But I wanted to give you guys kind of a heads up and let you guys know a little bit of what has transpired since last night, our little interview. And I made a promise to do what I could to help the couple that was on. And I don't know if you really I talked to Squirrely a little bit today. I don't know if I really talked to you too much about it, but there was a lot more to the story that is a reason that whole thing has been kind of brushed under the rug. But when you start really focusing on trying to dive into stuff and you start turning stuff over to experts who know a little bit more than you do, things start to come undone pretty quick. And needless to say, we are moving forward with experts who are doing what they can to right a wrong that happened 14 years ago. And I just I think we can really be thankful that they were able to come on and share. And I know at first I was, when we were talking, the some people were saying there's something wrong with there's something wrong. There's something that's not adding up, and I'm like, no, there's more than that, and it really came to fruition. In fact, the call that I just took was Karellen, and I don't want to break it on live before I break it to them, but guys, Squirrely, you're absolutely right. And I think there's a lot of stuff that should have been done and it wasn't done. And we're gonna do what we can to rectify it.
Let's just, the only thing you and I have talked about it. The only thing I can say is you've gotten some attention.
Just a little bit.
But that's what that was for, was to get the attention.
Yeah. And yeah, so we're gonna do what we can to help as much as possible and make sure that the proper channels are followed. See if we can get a little bit of justice for them. And yes, I do need to be careful because there are some very, very powerful people at just about all levels of government.
All right. Enough.
What?
Enough for now.
For now.
The best thing that we can say is you've gotten attention and things are moving somewhat forward. So, yeah. And as updates are available, you will issue them out to us. So 67598675309. Congratulations. Glad you're here. And yes, I did mess that up wrong. On purpose. So there were some other news stories that I wanted to bring up, but I completely forgot what they were because of what you started off with whenever I came on. Mandy, the only thing that I know on the recount votes is that Arizona, we're not gonna probably hear anything about Arizona for, I'm gonna guess and say, the end of May. Or middle of May, probably for an update, but end of May, June timeframe for Arizona. Give me 1 second, and then Georgia, I'm thinking we'll see something early mid-May. Wisconsin, I'm thinking that's going to come back before anybody. Shane, what do you think?
Wisconsin, I think Michigan.
You think Michigan will come back first?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm going to see.
Yeah, go ahead. Just it's twice a day. Sometimes the lives in the mornings don't always hit. It all depends. Both Shane and I work full-time jobs, so It's a matter of whether or not we have the ability to. But it would be 10 a.m. Central and 7 p.m. Central. Yes, Okie, I was thinking about Jenny. 8675309. Shane, you don't know that. You're too young.
I have definitely heard that song, and as soon as I seen the numbers, I was laughing my butt off because I knew exactly where you were going. But as far as the Michigan suit, there was an so back on there was an order that came down on April 6th of 2021 ordering discovery procedures and going even deeper into the discovery. So they didn't just have it wasn't just in order to settle the whole case. It actually goes even deeper. And then today they filed a notice of hearing plaintiff's objection to proposed protective order because defendants were trying to receive a protective order regarding certain documents, i.e. the ballots. And the plaintiff is saying, we need to see the ballots. So that's where we're at on the Michigan case. So Michigan, Wisconsin, I mean, it could be a toss-up.
Yeah, but I think those are going to be the first two to come back, no matter what.
Yep. Yeah, so
give me 1 second.
wow, blast from the past.
What's that?
Genie, I got your number. I know I butchered it. I don't care.
You absolutely did.
I don't care,
you are
though.
right. Squirrely is right. The 80s had awesome music.
But
then again, I'll always go with some 70s rock too.
Thanks, Okie Gal. Now it will be going through my head for the rest of the night. Michigan AG doesn't play by the rules. Well, it's in the courts, and Attorney General doesn't matter. I'm still trying to figure out what does YWY mean.
YWY? Maybe I'm too old.
I think I'm too old too because I don't understand it either.
I don't know.
You're way young. Maybe.
What did I start? Oh, God. See how I get the blame for everything? I'm going to have to go back off live. I get the blame for everything. Hey, you know what? Speaking of blame for everything, how's those
you're with Yanny. Is that a
You're
song
way
title?
young. You're way young. King Me, Wisconsin is actually doing Discovery right now. Is that correct, Shane?
The last time I checked, yes.
Okay.
And Arizona is just getting to about midway through their audit.
So with Wisconsin, I think that their audit will actually go a whole lot faster than anybody else's. Yeah. Oh, Yanni. Okay. All right. Okay. We got like 6 or 7 conversations going on. Got to keep up. Yeah. Do you even know what that's called?
What?
It's called the Cabbage Patch.
Now you're really dating yourself.
Well,
Or was it able to check on Montana? I tried to, and nobody wanted to answer me.
so call him again.
Oh, I will be calling him again. So that will be
Patch, a little running man. There we go. See? You're gonna get outnumbered real quick, mister.
well, considering besides one other person on here, I know I am probably the youngest. Why don't you throw the airplanes up?
Give me a minute. I just saw it. Give me a minute.
Do you think these audits will be successful? Yes. If they are done correctly, yes.
I forgot where all the buttons are. It's been so long since I've been allowed to do these things. Oh crap! I gotta turn my monitor on. Hold on.
Any military action on the seas?
Guys, so with everything that's going on with Evergreen, I'm gonna have to start watching a little bit closer. Shane, on the resource page on the website, do you happen to have the link for the ships?
No, I don't.
Okay, I'll get that for you guys and get Shane to put that up.
Oh, and Sam.
Whoa!
There we go. Sam. I'm just gonna leave that one up there. I'll get myself into trouble if I actually start talking about that one.
King Me's comment. Be hizzy.
Yeah, he's actually a really good. He's a good egg. I like him.
So I tripped across a couple today too that I reached out to. Let's review this real quick. Let's see here. So I forgot to tell you, Shane. I was in some messaging with Richard today.
Okay.
And he was somewhere over in this area, I believe, is what he was describing to me, which is Anacostia River.
Yeah.
somewhere in here was where he was, and that's where all those helicopters came from.
Yeah.
So they took off and just like almost a scramble.
Yeah.
So I wanted to bring it up and show it to you. No, yeah. And where's Jersey? This has got to be what she's talking about. Am I missing something?
Cat, or not Cat, but Winks. Where you at?
Patriot screenshot what? I can put the videos on Signal if you want. I can download them and put them on Signal. If that'll help. These 4 right here. So this refueler was out doing some work over here. This C-17, that's a little strange. Where'd he go? I don't know about that. That's another refueler. And that came from down south. But doing some work out here, refueling out here. So that means we've got jets out over the Atlantic right now. So when you guys see, that's this plane here, which is a DC-10. I want to see something. I'm wondering if maybe no. I don't know why a DC-10 would be oh, you know why? They were using it for refueling. So that's why you see these weird patterns here. They were using a DC-10 for refueling also. So hopefully that helps. When you see those kinds of patterns. But to have 3 or 4 refuelers up, so 1 in this general vicinity and 2 over in here, we've got a lot of planes out there. So, Shane, do you saw the image of what Air Force One did today?
Yes.
Throw that up for me.
I'll give you a crap in a second.
Of course. Practice runs? No. What I think it is planes taking off from they can be used as refuelers. Squirrely. Planes taking off from ships, taking off light and being refueled once they're up in the air. King Me, yes, a lot of fighters. So we probably, my guess, with the 3 to 4
email.
3 to 4 refuelers up, we probably had Usually airships don't launch more than 4 to 6, more than 4 to 6 planes up at a time, unless something serious is going on. So,
Jason, I'm gonna go grab my phone charger real quick. I'll be right
all
back.
right, we probably had 3 or 4 airships out there. So hopefully that helps. So I don't know if anybody saw this earlier. Come on. Where the heck did it go? All right, let me rotate this now. There we go. All right. Stupid computers. There we go. All right, let me rotate this one more time. Bear with me. So when all the helicopters were going up today, Okie, that's kind of where I'm getting to without saying it out loud. First one. That's one. So I don't know why. Which was yeah, Waste. That was why I brought that up. Is because, guys, it looks a lot like what Evergiven was doing. So I don't know what necessarily transpired today, but I can tell you that Air Force 2 was going south-southwest, all right, into Nashville. The Doomsday plane was going north-northeast into Nashville, and the Air Force 2 plane, so AF2 plane, broke south, and then the Doomsday plane broke south, and they chased each other for probably a good 45 minutes. So I don't know what actually all transpired today. And guys, I have probably just as many questions as you do. And unfortunately, I don't know a whole lot of people to get me answers on all that. So
read Kingman's comments.
Yeah. Well, it seems to be the only way we're going to get that on screen. So wait, if we do that, and if we do the Evergreen or Evergiven, right? Would that make it Johnson & Johnson? And then you and I are out of it. We don't have to worry about it.
Mm-hmm. Sam, we were just making sure that you had your curiosity piqued.
So we'll give Shane the ship, and then I'll take the airplanes.
Because even the airplanes have the lower hanging fruit.
Yep. Well, that comes with age. You can only defy gravity for so long. So,
But, oh, Jason.
nice.
Jerky. Homemade jerky. Yeah, that's bad. Sam, I might have to start taking your phone from you at night because really, you are kind of out on your own right now. Just kidding. Jealousy.
All right. What's that?
It must have been a 12-pound roast. No, I still have 4 more bags. 5 pounds of jerky.
I saw somewhere today, someone said that they were putting a new fence up around the White House, and I have yet to find it.
No, I haven't either. The next thing we know, we're going to be seeing Sam on the live with TikTok pants on.
Oh boy. So long as it's not you or I don't care.
Exactly, because that would be horrible. And
Yes.
yes, I saw that TikTok and I've seen it before. I was busting.
So, I got nothing else for tonight unless you guys just want to chat. But
Well, we could go for another 8 minutes. Just gotta
yoga
have a
pants,
little bit of fun.
hot pink t-shirts.
I know. Sam's already volunteered for the TikTok pants.
I didn't see that.
Oh, I know. I'm just giving her crap. Oh, they had an insurrection at the Iowa Capitol. We get into trouble when we chat. Yes, especially when the old lady's listening.
BLM.
What site do we use for air tracking? If you go to our website, go to our resource link. It is go about halfway down the page and you'll find it. PatriotNewsNetwork.us. TikTok pants and wet t-shirts. That would really, really, really get me in trouble.
Look.
Hell no, those damn pants need a caution flag. Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah, so Winks, I'm looking this up right now. It looks like it's BLM got involved with Iowa today.
But yeah. I think any husband, if their wife was doing something like that, yeah, they would probably love it too. So But they better be careful going into farm country. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it was a TikTok, if it was, or what it was, but I saw one of the leaders for BLM that said if George Floyd's, whoever the guy's name is, I don't remember his name, does not get a guilty sentence and get sentenced, that they will be torching Minneapolis.
Yeah. Well, a bunch of my buddies that live down there are saying they're already suiting and booting and ready.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
And I have a lot of guys, a lot of friends of mine that are in the military that have access to some pretty powerful weapons.
That's it. Chauvin.
So, yeah, we are going to enter some very interesting times very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. And Minneapolis is already low on police. So I guarantee you the guard's going to get called. It's just a matter of the quantity.
Yep. They will burn it down regardless of the verdict. Yeah.
So
Hopefully we just calmer heads will prevail. If not, you're going to see cities burn and a civil war start.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it in the least bit. That will probably be the turning point of the nation. I don't think it'll be just Minneapolis. I think it'll be everywhere.
Yep.
So, and the funny thing is Kat says probably how this civil war is going to start. The funny thing is it'll, if that is what will happen, okay, and I put the if in there. If that is what happens, it'll go in the history books as that being the cause of it. Instead of everyone right now being so frustrated with everything that's going on in the country as a whole, okay? Not just Chauvin and Floyd, right? But you know, the way Biden's running this country, the things that happen with Trump, the corruption that's happening everywhere, right? None of that will go down in the history books. It'll be all about Floyd.
Woe to the victors because they're the ones, or good luck to the victors because they're the ones that are going to write the history books.
Well, so here's the thing. You keep it out of urban areas, I think we all know who the victors will be. We get stuck in an urban civil war, and it's going to be a toss-up.
Well, a civil war, you get a good enough team of rednecks. I think people will figure it out real quick.
Not if it's urban. Not if it's urban. If it's inner city, Okay. I think it's going to be a serious toss-up if it stays inner city. But remember, you've only got major cities like Illinois. There's only 2 major cities, right? Minnesota, there's 2 major cities.
3.
3. Wisconsin, 2 or 3 major cities, right?
Where?
In Wisconsin.
Try 1.
No, you got to consider Green Bay in that.
I don't consider Green Bay is a city of about 200,000 people.
Yeah, well, Peoria is about 200,000, maybe a little bit more.
But Chicago, I suppose.
Basically, what I'm saying is if the Civil War gets brought to the cities, it's gonna be a very hard fight to have. If it stays out of the cities,
I disagree, because I think about Chicago. Chicago is gun control city, right? By liberals' logic, if a civil war is to come, half of Chicago would be unarmed.
okay. So that is the political statement. But let's talk about reality. Okay. Reality, 30 to 60 people every weekend are shot. And believe me, the people here in Chicago, in the urban areas of Chicago, all right, are armed and loaded. Okay. They're loaded for bear. All right. But you get outside of Chicago, it's a different ballgame.
This is funny. Need to draw him out like a snake, cut off the head.
I don't know.
But guys, before we really get into the weeds, we are at an hour and 33 minutes being live. We appreciate each and every single one of you guys coming on tonight. Remember, we can't do this alone. So, again, you have a pen and a microphone, use them. The silent majority can no longer stay silent. God bless you guys. God bless the United States of America. And good night. We'll see you at 10 a.m.
Have a great night, everybody.